Thank you so much. Welcome once again to the MHA podcast. And today I'm joined by Fadzai. Fadzai, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much, Peter. It's a pleasure to be here.
Okay, so today we are going to be discussing a topic most entrepreneurs are afraid to hear about: Zimra compliance checks.
Yes. Everyone is almost scared. It's like Zimra is an animal, a wild animal for that matter.
So what do you think really triggered Zimra to do that compliance checks?
Okay, so what has been happening recently is that Zimra noticed that there is a lot of tax evasion that has been happening. So they are trying to minimize those leakages in regards to government revenue. And they also identified that we've got a lot of SMEs that are emerging here in Zimbabwe. And most of them are miseducated in regards to tax compliance. Like you said, many people think that Zimra is an animal. So what they are going out to do is basically to encourage you on how to be compliant, guide you on how best you can do it so that you do not get to evade tax in any way. So they're basically holding your hand and guiding you so that everything is par and up to scratch.
So which key areas are they looking into?
Okay, so basically for compliance checks, they're looking at all tax heads from your pay-as-you-earn, that is your payroll, your income tax, that is tax on your profits, your value-added tax, and customs as well. So they're basically checking everything, right from how you import your goods, how you purchase them, how you sell them, how you pay your employees, and how you declare the returns, as well as how you declare the tax on your profits. So they're basically looking at all tax heads.
Okay, so in terms of documentation, which documents should entrepreneurs keep up to date so that when the compliance comes, they will be on the right side of the taxes?
Okay, all right. So basically, when it comes to tax, it basically means that everything that you're keeping in regards to accounts should be there. When we're talking of record keeping in accounts, we are saying right from your bank statement, everything should be there. Your sales receipts, whether you're using manual or you're using a software, everything should be clear on how much revenue you realized as a company. You should also have your expenses well aligned, because these are the same expenses that you use when you're declaring your income tax or even your VAT input tax. So it's bank statements, your sales receipts, your expenses, as well as your customs. That will be your bill of entries. So everything that has to do with the exchange of money or any documentation that you get when there's exchange of money, whether you are the one who's receiving the money or you're paying out, you should have all those records in place.
So how can small businesses prepare for themselves in order to avoid the penalties? Because it's hectic being beaten with a penalty.
Yes, it's quite hectic, especially when you haven't been expecting it, because these penalties come unexpectedly. And like like any SME in Zimbabwe, what you kill is what you eat. So if you've got any unexpected cash outflow, it then affects you. So what businesses should look out for is that they should maintain proper records of accounts, be it your financial statements, your management accounts, everything should be up to scratch. You should also make sure that you are using your fiscalization device, whether it's a proper device, your RevMax or your virtual fiscalization. Everything should be used according to how Zimra wants it to use. Like Zimra says you should fiscalize at the point of transaction. So you should always make sure that you are fiscalizing at the point of transaction. So just make sure that all your records, all your documents are in place.
Okay, so what are some of the common mistakes businesses make which trigger compliance issues?
Okay, the common mistakes, probably failing to declare all the revenue that comes in. But for some businesses, I've noticed that it's not like they're evading tax when it comes to revenue, but it's actually misalignment when it comes to their record keeping. One day you have kept the invoice, the other day you haven't. One day you have recorded an expense, the other day you haven't. One day you have even imported goods that are worth $2 million US, and then the next thing you're declaring says for 200,000. So you should always make sure that whatever you have in your books of accounts is well aligned.
Okay, so as a tax consultant, how best are you going in terms of educating those small businesses in terms of tax compliances?
Okay, so as a consultant, how I've been helping my clients is that we do what we call tax health checks. So for tax health checks, we are basically checking what you have been submitting in your Zimra portal and what is on the ground. Because I've noticed that there are many consultants that are just out there. All they're existing for is to generate a tax clearance for a business. And for entrepreneurs, they think that once they've got a tax clearance, everything is okay. But the truth about it is, for you to get a tax clearance, you should be compliant. So where we are coming in now as consultants is that we offer tax health checks to say whatever you're submitting in your portal should match what you have on the ground. And then we are also creating awareness, educating our clients on how to manage your tax legally, that is your tax planning, so that everything goes by the book and you're not found wanting by Zimra.
Okay, I think we'll discuss this topic the next time in terms of tax planning, proper tax planning.
Yes.
Didn't you have other scenario where a client says, help me to evade this tax, I want to...
Well, they're always there because like you said when we started the podcast, people think that Zimra is an animal, and all they're out there is to get your money. But Zimra is not an animal. All they want is for you to be compliant, and then you declare what's due to the government. So I've had clients that say, can you help me evade tax? But how I educate them is that there isn't really, most of the cases, there isn't need for you to evade tax. All you need to do is to do your proper tax planning, have your documentation well aligned, have your information well aligned, because there are certain ways and areas that you can get to use to reduce the tax liability legally.
Okay, thank you so much, Fads, for coming to the podcast. Hope to see you next week again.
All right, you're welcome, Peter. Definitely looking forward to our next episode.
Okay, thank you so much, viewers. Hope you like, subscribe, share, and comment. We'll see you next week again.